It was built in 1915, the Ogden Building, which is just west of Sioux City's downtown area. It had one longtime owner and operator, Wigman Plumbing and Supply. Known as the go-to place in town when you needed a plumbing part, Wigman Company called the Ogden Building its home for 110 years. But in 2021, Wigman was sold and the company moved out. That left behind more than a century of history and memories in the old brick building on Perry Street. That building will get a new lease on life, though, but it's also keeping its historic roots. When a first-of-its-kind business moves in to make history of its own. KTIV's Katie Koppel takes us inside Sioux City Distillery.
I really just want to make spirit with my friends. Like, this is how the game works.
Crafting cocktails around the globe, Austin Foster knew he wanted to make his own liquor. When the Ogden Building came on the market, he knew this was it.
It's like we're in the middle of a whiskey barrel.
He walked me through the three-story building and his vision.
When I came up to this level, this is truly where I fell in love with the building.
The top floor will hold a 350-person ballroom, a rooftop patio, and a conference center with a view that is unmatched.
You can see the building from Mercy. This is 6th Street. We are in the middle of the road.
On the second floor and main entrance, an atrium, complete with the original scale Wigman's installed in the floor. The original hardwood floors are being refurnished. What wood they tear out will be used elsewhere. The notes on the wall from Wigman employees, those stick around too.
We've got so many markings from 100+ years of just people working down here.
The main floor will house a restaurant, bar, and historic pieces from Sioux City's past. The bottom floor is where the magic will happen.
And this becomes my gin lab.
Oh, cool.
And from the standpoint of distillation, this is my baby. So this is a Vendome copper pot. And Vendome is effectively the Cadillac of stills.
Once open, Foster will take visitors into the distillation process, sharing his love for craft cocktails with anyone who'd like to learn, bringing people into the world of spirits and into a tour of Sioux City's past.
It's neat to kind of reimagine what this building was
and what it can be.
And what it can be, yeah.
With videographer Ariel Poquette in Sioux City, Iowa, Katie Koppel, KTIV News 4.
Foster hopes to open later this year or early in 2026. It's also a family business, as his two oldest sons are working on the project as well.